Obviously, this is a huge win for us. Tough environment, great coach, great crowd. It was like took me back to the NBA days of playing in the NBA. It was a playoff atmosphere. And I told our coaches this is the type of environment that I love because it was a must-win for us and a must-win for them. And we wanted to see how tough we really were. And I'm proud of the guys for pulling it out in a very, very hostile environment.
Penny, are you running out of words to sort of describe what Jeremiah's been able to do this last month?
Well, I mean, not really. I can say a lot about him, but the one thing I can say is heart. He's representing the city. He understands what it means to the city. He's been here 4 years. I'm his third coach. He's never made the NCAA tournament, and he's playing like he's never made it and that he wants to make it.
Is his intensity higher than you've seen in the past? And he's yelling at the bench at the end of the game, really fired up?
Oh yeah, he wants it. I mean, he understands that that one thing that he's never done in his career is make it to that next level. And he upped this level when I challenged him a couple months ago, and he hasn't looked back. He's being more of a vocal leader, which he wasn't that in the beginning. He was trying to lead by example, and I'm just proud that he wants it bad enough that he's showing it, and talking at the same time.
Obviously, his points were huge, but when they tie it up and he immediately hits the corner with that,
yes,
that pass was almost as big as anything he did.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he understands that all eyes are going to be on him, and he has to take his opportunities. But when teams give him that other opportunity to make a teammate look better, then Ray made a great cut. We've been talking to Ray about making those cuts, and he broke the press by himself because they got into a press. And once the guy stepped up, he made the right read, and Ray finished it really well.
I feel like every time he had the ball in his hands that second half, that was 2 points at least. Yeah,
well, I mean, he's been playing like that. He's been playing out of his mind. He's been playing inspired basketball, and he knows that the team is on his back, and he's doing a good job of leading us.
You've seen him all, Penny. I mean, all of them. In terms of just a 6-game stretch, has there ever been? Obviously, you had some 6-game stretches. Has there ever been a better 6-game stretch by a Memphis basketball player?
No.
No.
I can't remember. A better 6-game stretch than this.
Was there a difference at all in the first half? You missed 7 of 8 shots in the first half. Was there a difference, or is it just flipping that switch?
I think he came out too passive, and I told him when I took him out of the game, to calm him down. But the first couple pick and rolls, instead of him attacking Anisha, the big, he dropped it to our big, and our big shot a jump shot. That's not who we needed him to be to start this game off. We needed him to go aggressively and try to make plays. And then when he tried to go, he made some poor decisions on how he went. So I kind of calmed him down and talked to him, and when I put him back in the game, I was telling him where he would get most of his shots, and he started to calm down a little bit and make some shots, or at least get better looks in the first half. And the second half at halftime, talked to him again, and then it worked out.
You've talked about how when the guards rebound, this team rebounds really well.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the Kareem rebound at the end from your angle, and how big of a rebound was that in the moment?
Well, it was a huge rebound because we had been telling him the entire game that his man, Dexter Dennis, who was going to be special, he attacks the glass, and he was having the advantage on KB the entire game. And at the end, we were like, we just need one stop and a rebound, and he attacked that rebound the way that he was supposed to as a senior that wants to win in a tough environment.
It felt like Kareem and Ray both. I mean, obviously Jeremiah, but Kareem and Ray both in terms of bringing that mental toughness. Were they among the leaders there?
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to need 3 or more. This wasn't really a game for Mike Parks or Isaiah Maurice. When the bigs were in there, they were getting what they wanted. When we went smaller, we kind of had mismatches on our end, and it worked for us. And then obviously we had to make the shots that were given to us, and we made the shots. So, but yeah, Ray and KB, they were locked in just like Jeremiah was.
You've obviously struggled, and you went down, got it down again on the road. In terms of just, you talked about the toughness of this team. What does it say about the growth of this team that they can survive that atmosphere in Florida?
Oh, we've grown immensely. I mean, it's like night and day what we were a month ago, where we are now, playing on the road. Those games where we were blown out in the first 2 or 3 minutes of the game and then didn't have a chance to get back into the game. And I challenged the seniors publicly, and we got into practice and did some things differently, and they're meeting the challenge now.
How much better was Wichita State when you watched them on film compared to that first time around? How much have they grown?
I told Coach Marshall that, I'm sorry for interrupting, but I said, Coach, light years different. The freshmen are understanding who they are. The guys are playing really hard. He's doing a phenomenal job with 9 new players. I mean, Coach Marshall is one of the best coaches in the country, not just in our conference. And to get that group together with 5 freshmen, they look totally different than what they did in the beginning. Even though they played hard, it's like they star in their role more. They know who they are.
Jeremiah said he was the best player in the conference, and it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to go out there and play like it. Does that, you didn't mind it when he said it, and now that he backed
Absolutely.
it up?
As long as you can back it up. You know, you can't just say that. And he's not saying that disrespecting the other guys, Cumberland and Davis and Armani Brooks and all the other guys that are playing really well, Davis and Taylor in at UCF, and even Marcus McDuffie, who's an awesome player. He should feel like he's the best in the league. I'm sure all those guys do as well.
How much is
about themselves.
The crowd noise, is that affecting the second half when it's as loud as it was?
It did for like when it got down to when they made a couple threes back to back and tied the game. But we've been in this position before. We were just in this position at UCF, and we handled it very differently. We slowed down, we got good looks, and we made plays. We haven't been making winning plays on the road, and it's just come to the point to where we're learning from our mistakes in previous games and making more winning plays. And you got to make the shots.
You see the progress with your team. How much of it is just confidence based on earlier in the conference?
I think it's know-how now, and the know-how is bringing confidence. I think they're knowing how we're winning now. They understand that the game plan is what it is. If we stick to this and we know why we're doing things, then that brings the confidence because we're getting wins.
Is there any moment in there, like they're hitting crazy shots, is there a moment in there where you're like, this is a great, like where you appreciate this?
Man, it's like every team that we played on the road have always hit huge shots on us, and it was no different tonight. They hit some huge shots. We just, kind of withstood the run and got back on top, and then they started to kind of press a little bit at the end, the guys did a great job on Marcus and Jones. I mean, those are 2 phenomenal players, especially at home.
Was there a key to Ray playing so well today?
No, just preparation. I think that's the biggest thing with Ray. I think every day we work on skill set for 30 minutes, and then we'll talk about the mental side of the game, and then we'll get into practice, and we'll just teach them what they have from looking at so much film. We know where these guys star at. Even though they wanted to do things differently, this is what you do well for us to win, and he's starting to star in his role now.
This game, you could have been looking like a 7 or 8 seed. I mean, depending if you got Cincinnati coming, critical for standings as well for seeding.
Yeah, I mean, we had a tough road. We had here, and then we go home and have Temple, and then we have Tulsa, and then we go to Cincinnati. So, I mean, that's a tough road. We looked at their schedule and the teams that they're playing the next 4 games. They're not in the top. They're more in the bottom. So this game was pivotal for both of us.
Any more questions for Coach?
Before this game, you said you need to steal a few on the road, but your psyche is sort of, if you take care of business at home, you'll be in the NCAA tournament. Does this change anything? A huge road win as far as your mindset?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I told the team before we left, this is the type of game that you have to win to be able to win the conference tournament at home. It's not going to just be given to us. These are the type of games that we're going to have to play in our building. If you're going to try to win, you got to beat Wichita State. You got to beat Cincinnati. You got to beat UCF. You got to beat Houston. So nothing's going to be easy. It's going to be this. Even though we're on our own home floor, those teams are all good, really good. And we're not knocking Tulsa or South Florida. It's just you have to win these type of games to get your psyche right to be able to win these type of games at home.